Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, was good, was good. Well, the markets are not good right now. Let me rephrase that. Allow me to rephrase that. The markets are fine. The markets are reacting the way they're supposed to react in light of the kind of news that have dropped. So why is everything tanking right now? One word: tariffs. So there's news that China has vowed to respond in kind if things can continue. So that's what the market's reacting to. Self-inflicted pain. Now, instead of doing this whole tariff thing, what we really should do is, I hate to say it, there's a word for it: austerity. What we really should do is slow down government spending. Spending includes tax cuts for the wealthy. Spending includes, tax loopholes that only the wealthy can take advantage of. I think that's what needs to happen, because the poor can't afford anything else. Can't squeeze blood from a rock. But right now, all this talk of tariffs has everybody looking over there while all this stuff is happening over here. That's the problem. So right now, we have a major problem. How does that play out to the Fed, right? Sorry, I woke up a little bit late, so I'm running a little bit late. So we woke up to Bitcoin realizing that Bitcoin had hit $78,000. So one of our community members was right. Bitcoin's going to hit 80,000. Well, it crashed through 80,000, went all the way down to 78. This is a drop all the way down from over $100,000. Now, because we keep talking about tariffs, the Fed has a problem. The Fed's got to sit back and figure out, inflation's coming. Inflation's here. So we already have greed. We already have inflation. Now we're going to have more because of what this moron keeps doing. Self-inflicted pain. You can almost say, I want to ruin the markets so that all my friends can buy all that crypto, because somebody thinks that you can buy all the crypto in a single country. Whatever. Just because you did, but your coin. Anyway, I digress. The idea has got to be that we cannot afford to have talk like this, because it means you don't have a plan. You don't have a real plan. If all you're going to do is run around the world talking about tariff, what do you think was going to happen? On the reverse side, they're going to do the same thing. Who does that hurt? It only hurts us. Now, if you want to renegotiate contracts, okay, that's different. Have a plan. Have an expected outcome. But don't just run around spewing tariffs all over the place when all it does is immediately drop all markets around the world. So that came out. Asia started selling. They just started dumping. And now you've got Bitcoin at some ridiculously low price that nobody's happy with. Right now it's at about 81,946. And I'm just like, yeah, that's still no bueno. We went down to $78,000 on Bitcoin. It's Friday. And what happens in the stock market on Fridays normally? You sell on Fridays. So we've got a lot of economic data, and then you have the unknown unknowns running around screaming tariffs is an unknown unknown. And now the Fed has to react to that. Problem is, Fed cuts rates. Let's just play out Fed cutting rates, to maintain. That's still not good, because you could actually back the Fed into a corner where they have no more levers to pull. How about, because the Fed would rather allow the markets to recover on their own. But this is back to back to back to back. Tariff, 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 tariff. And you can see every time the new regime opens their mouth, an immediate crash. We try to recover, an immediate crash. We try to recover, an immediate crash. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So that's why you've got, people like Alex Krüger, some former guy from some former Goldman Sachs guy saying, listen, Murad Mahmudov. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. If I'm not, please tell me how to pronounce it, and I will gladly make up for it. I'm sorry. But you have Alex Krüger, this guy Murad, both saying, hey, look, listen, yeah, don't stop stressing. And I'll show you in the numbers the same way I showed you yesterday. The integration levels, not the investment. Investment is shaking out the lettuce hands. That's what's going on right now. They're shaking out the lettuce hands. But when you look at the real numbers out there and you start looking at who's integrating, who's using, who's adopting, yeah, that's when you start looking at Bitcoin a bit differently. I'll show you the numbers in a little bit. Now, Texas Senate approves state Bitcoin reserve bill. That's pretty good news for Texas because it had hit a little bit of a snag. Other states have just said, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. Texas is moving forward. And it made it out of the committee. We'll see how far it gets. We will see how far it gets. Because, yeah, we're not talking about something that's simple. Then you've got, somebody saying, well, the Supercycle, people are saying, well, it's uncertain. We're uncertain about the Supercycle. My response, this cycle is like no other. I turn around and I look at people and everybody's like, oh, but it's just like this one. It happened in this one and it happened in this one. Yeah, it happened. But how it happens matters. How do we get there? It matters. Going forward, it's not just going to be about, investment, institutions, retail. It's not just about investment. It's about how we use and integrate and adopt Bitcoin in everyday life. And it's about awareness. Right now, you have a lot of people in shock saying, oh, I'm not getting involved in that. Oh, no. But you want to put your money in a bank that has lost money for you. A bank that, if you get hit with fraud or hacked or whatever, they're not going to care. It's been proven time and time again. I'm not lying. Go look at the news. So when I look at people that are just becoming aware of Bitcoin and they're saying, no, I'm not going to get involved with that. And I sit back and I go, but you invest in these companies at your job. You're lucky enough to have a 401k and you're investing in these funds, right? Yes, those funds have Bitcoin. Some of those funds have Bitcoin. But you pay them. Why not do it yourself and make your own money? Especially now. Listen, the idea is that nobody I know, well, I can't even say that. A lot of people I know are not rich. Most people I know are not rich, not wealthy. $20 here, $20 there. Let me not get that Starbucks. Let me go put that money and invest it. Have my money work for me. Right? And people are like, oh, well, I save my money. No. There's a difference between saving and investing. Saving is giving your money to somebody so they can make money off of your money. Investing is putting your money someplace so your money can make you money. Saving, investing. I'd rather invest. So I came up with a GMB3. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That's the GMB3, coined by my friend Ham's house. So when I look at the GMB3, I sit there and I just kind of go, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because the more research I do, the more I feed my own brain, the more knowledge I have about how things actually work, about what's actually going on. I'm not going to worry about the squirrel over there. I'm going to be focused on my own nuts, my own bags. Our community is called Grow My Bag for a reason. This community is focused on helping people to understand how to grow their own bags. Regular people just like us doing all kinds of research and sharing it with everybody else. Information that you can go verify. Right? That's the idea. That's the idea. And then you've got a $600 billion crypto sell-off. So I think they meant 600 million. Crypto market cap drops 18% to 2.75 trillion. No, they meant billion. Yeesh. Yeah. We were once at 3.3 trillion. Now crypto is at 2.75. And it's still really big numbers. But 600 billion is a lot of money, a lot of value to shed. If there were rhyme and reason as to why everything's happening, I'd be fine. But there isn't. There is not. The new regime is causing turmoil for no reason. Well, there's probably reason. Right? Who surrounds that guy? Nothing but billionaires. It's the blatant billionaires club. They're not worried about any kind of egg prices, nothing like that. But the everyday U.S. citizen is wondering, if I can't afford eggs, what does my family eat? Day one, prices were supposed to go down. They didn't. And the Fed's got to react to that. The Fed's going to have to react to this loose cannon. And my fear is down the road, the Fed won't have any levers to pull. My fear is that we pass a tax cut bill and can't afford to pay it. Our country owes $37 trillion in debt. So yeah, I have a problem with how we're moving forward. There are better ways. Instead of causing panic, there are better ways that you can negotiate the whole problem with tariffs, the whole problem with, one-sided contracts, if that's what you believe there is. There are better ways to do it. You keep threatening people, and after a while, they don't pay attention to it anymore. Happened to me when I was a kid. Somebody used to threaten me every day. Yeah, okay. Got to a point where I just walked up to him and was like, well, then do it. Because that's when I realized that I'm stronger than I thought. And at some point, you can use that to your advantage. Right? At some point, people are going to just say, no, enough is enough. We're done with that. You didn't have a plan, so you just threw out this word, and it sent panic throughout the world, and it sold off stocks. See, that's the one weakness that they have. They don't want to have a weak stock market, but that's exactly what they're doing. And what happens is, right now, you're looking at the whole world has a weak economy. Don't think that the United States has a strong economy. We just have stronger than. That's it. Stronger than. It's still a weak-ass economy, right? $36 trillion in debt, and somebody's going to run around talking about, oh, we have a strong economy. Shut up. $36 trillion in debt, and you call that a strong economy. No. Stop spending. Stop buying stuff. Invest. Don't save. There's a big difference between the two. And once you understand that difference, you're off to the races. Remember, that difference is your money working for somebody else as savings, or your money working for you as an investment. It's not, it seems like a simple concept. It's not. Because so many freaking people out there don't get it. They don't get it. And then they wonder. Stop buying stuff because you don't need that stuff. It's just like a kid at Christmas. It's their favorite toy for the next 10 minutes, and then they never play with it again. Hence, stop buying stuff. Stop buying stuff. What's going on around the world? India and the UK, this is the second time India's been in a deal, right? India and the UK strengthen tech ties in artificial intelligence, telecommunications, and space travel. India. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. I'm just saying. You start to think about. Let me look up my notes. Let's see. Give me a moment. So that was today. The other day, Bybit got allowed in India. Just bear with me. I'm trying to figure out India and Qatar ink a $10 billion trade deal. India's running around cutting big deals around the world. Deals that, I have to say, normally would be with the United States. We're starting to see the effects. Companies outsourcing jobs, offshoring jobs so that they can make more profit, but not doing anything here. Good morning, Hutanik. But not doing anything here except killing jobs and sending them overseas. But when you look at here, if these people don't have jobs, they can't afford to buy your products and services, you morons. Just saying. Oh, well, there are jobs, lower paying jobs, which means they're not going to be able to afford your products and your services. That in a lot of cases, you charge for more here than you do overseas. That's something we should fix. Just saying. So there's a lot going on. But like I said, my biggest fear as I look down the road is the Fed not having enough levers because the Fed was forced to lower rates. That's one thing. That's one big conglomeration of stuff. You want to know that we can add what we can sprinkle on to that? The shackles being taken off the banking system. That's right. There are things going on right now within the banking system that they weren't allowed to do that they're going to be allowed to do again. So could that make us wind up back in a 2008 situation? Possible. Or worse? Highly possible. So yeah, I'm at that point where everything I do has to be about investment. My time, my money, my effort, all of it must be focused on investing, not saving. I don't teach my kid about, you should save your money. No. You save your money when you want to go buy something, right? You're saving for that specific thing. But don't save your money for that specific thing. Invest your money for that specific thing. And that way, when you have enough, when you've accumulated enough, you can go buy it. But you invest because you'll make more faster. So right now, I'm just looking at the markets and I'm going, yeah, I've sold a little bit. I told you, I'm going to sell a little bit. Why is that? Well, because I'm not trying to catch a falling dagger and I want to pull out and decrease my risk as much as possible. So yeah, I shed a little bit. On the way down, I shed a little bit, buy back in. Shed a little bit, buy back in. Shed here, buy here. Shed here, buy here. So that way I'm accumulating more value. Even though the market's going down, I'm accumulating more value. So I sold one coin. Market took a drop. I was able to buy two. Now I've got two. Now I've got two coins at this price. But when it goes back up, I've got two coins. I have more value. So when it goes back up, I've got more value. That's the idea. But you know what we should do? Exactly what I promised you we'd do. We should go over the numbers. Let me get my notes out of the way. There you go. So today, what do we get? Personal income at 830. Personal spending at 830. PCE index 830. PCE year over year 830. Core PCE index 830. Core PCE year over year 830. Advanced U.S. trade balance in goods 830. Something we should be paying attention to because trade balance, get it? Advanced retail inventories, 830. Advanced wholesale inventories, 830. And then you have more Fed speak. Pay attention when Fed speaks. Pay attention to them. They're telling you what's on their mind and how they're thinking. And some of them have voting power, and some of them have the year off, have this area off, or this term off. And you want to understand how they think, because it's going to help you make determinations in the future. So pay attention. DeFi Llama, I just don't want to look at this number, but I know it's going to be bad. Yep, under 100. 97, we dropped $9 billion. Actually, whoa, wait a minute. It's at 104. So we dropped $2 billion. 104,382,000. Okay. But for a minute there, I think we're gonna go lower. I think we're gonna wind up going below that 100 billion mark. I can see it. I can absolutely see it. Fear and greed index is at 16. Yesterday it was 10, so it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Not much, but a little. No, I don't want that. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Oh my gosh, all these ads. I have to get a new box and set up better browsers. Look how deep the reds are. Just about everything's in red. Not Mantra. Mantra and Leo just built different, right? I don't know what FTN is, so I'm not going to talk about it. But, Mantra and Leo are definitely different. But everything else is red. That's blood in the streets. That's blood, and that's what they mean by blood in the streets. So, what am I thinking? Have some dry powder. I'm looking at this big board. I've got to figure out what I need to buy. Everybody's wondering, well, is XRP going to go below $2? Highly possible. Highly possible. All right? Look across the board at the big numbers and look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Tariffs. We try to come back. We move sideways. Tariffs. We keep talking tariffs. We keep talking tariffs. We keep talking tariffs. These are all drops from somebody running their mouth talking about tariff this and tariff that. Let me see something. Let me see if I can do this. If I can take this line. Because I started drawing this line a while ago. And that's the trajectory of that line when you extend it. Yeah. If he says tariffs one more time, we'll get that from this trend right there. Bam, bam, bam. And then we'll drop all the way down. Look at that. Now, what that says to me is that, hold it, we just pushed the targets to after the summer. I think so, bud. I think so. It's highly possible. I'll get to that in a minute because you and I were talking about something. Now, when I look at my chart, I'm sitting here and I'm going, yeah, that's some downside right there. That's some serious downside right there. I'm not seeing when we go up until he shuts his mouth. That's when I'll see things go up. Until then, I'm thinking he's going to say it again and it's going to go down. At some point, it's going to hit that line. When it hits that line, that's when I'll probably start thinking we might have found bottom. That's when I'll start thinking we might have found bottom. But I want you to see how far we've fallen. My green band at 109. Orange band at 102. Pink band right here between 93 and 99. We dropped all the way down. Now we've now entered my orange band, which is from 77 to 82. My next line right here, $73,000. My brother has a 72. But this is based off of what we did way back when, and I drew the line according to three dots, and That's where we came in. Those were the highs at the time. So I drew the line. This line in the past acted as both a resistance level, and then it became the support. We could go crashing through that. But I think we're going to wind up consolidating. We just have to figure out when. But when you're looking at all this news happening, every time there's mention of a tariff, we tank hard. Not a little bit, hard. Right here, we were on a trajectory to blow through 110, maybe even hit 120. And that's when he opened up his mouth about tariffs and trashed everything. Look at that. Came all the way down to here. Trashed everything. And then you come back down and all of this is talk of tariffs and retaliation. All of this whole drop. Actually, technically, you could say from here all the way up to here. Tariff talk brought us all the way down there. So what do? I start looking at the numbers going across the board. What's the feeling of these numbers going across the board? Bitcoin is now 13.89% year to date. Nothing but red. Ethereum, 36% down year to date. Nothing but red. XRP down 2% year to date. We had just figured out the rhythm. We had just gotten to the rhythm of the coins. And now everybody's red. Look at that, Litecoin. I told you guys, don't sleep on Litecoin. If you bought Litecoin on the first of this year, you're still in the green by 16%. Just saying. People slept on Litecoin. I kept telling people, Litecoin. Just saying. There are certain sleepers out there I just love. I love BNB, and I know it's taking a mad hit. Look at it up here, 18%. I know it's taking a mad hit, but I love BNB because it shoots up. I love BCH, right? I love Litecoin. These are my gigantic sleepers that are out there. I just love them. I don't even know what Leo is. I've never touched it, never played with it, nothing. It's still up 2.3% year to date. Hedera's down 35%, mirroring Ethereum. Mantra is the only one that's truly, out of the top 25 coins, it's the only one that's truly blowing things away. Still up 91%. This is why I tell you guys, you got to do your own research. 15 minutes a day. Your first investment is in yourself, and your first investment is knowledge. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That's the GMB 3. Practice that. I don't tell you what to buy. I'm sharing with you what I do so that I can buy. I share with you what I do so that you understand what I'm doing in terms of investment. I'm a regular kid from the Bronx. I'm not some rich prick that, is working in Washington now. I'm just like you. I still got to get up every day. I still got to go make that dollar. But now I don't think about it as making money. I think about it as making value. And all of us, we've got to increase our value just to be able to afford to put food on the table. So the Grow My Bag community shares a lot of information with each other so that we can learn how to do that. But that first step is your first investment, yourself. And of course, I use the GMB tracker, which, let me just refresh. I got a problem here. That's not good. That's a no bueno. That's a no bueno. My tracker's down. I have a local version, but I don't use the local version. There you go. Remember, this is all beta for us, but we're actually putting in new stuff, and I know that I didn't refresh my browser, so that's actually on me. That's not my server. That's technically me. All right, so let's look at winners. That's odd. Oh, it's not odd. That's the way it shows. So out of the top 250, because I just want to get there, out of the top 250, Bitcoin's GMB X factor is only 0.35. Yes, it was 0.28 last night. It's I think it was last night or the night before. It's at 0.35. Am I stressed about Bitcoin at all? No. 0.35. Not 1x, 2x, 3x, 5x. 0.35. I don't know why people panic. I really don't. I honestly see this as a buying opportunity. I start doing the math. I use the GMB X factor to start doing the math as to, from this point right here, how much more room do I have before it hits its all-time high? So based on that, it's a GMB X factor of 0.35. Ethereum is 1.30. XRP is 0.67. BNB is 0.38. You wondered why I love BNB so much. That's why. That GMBX factor is telling me BNB it's not just going to achieve its all-time high, it's going to blow through it. Yeah, that's what I look at. So I look at things and I'm just like, yeah, haha. It's right now that I'm not worried. I'm not pleased, but I recognize it for what it is. It's an opportunity to go make more money through investment. That's what I'm looking at. So I know people that are trying to sell businesses. I know people are trying to buy businesses. I'm looking at buying businesses. Now's the perfect time because they're hurting more now. And people want to cash out. They've made their money. They're still in the black. They want to sell. And if you can come in and you can see how you can make money from that business, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. A lot. So don't worry, the book is coming out. It's a book about how you can apply the GMB3. Remember, do your research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. It'll teach you how you can apply that to crypto, to stock market, to buying and selling a business. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of thinking. That book will be out, I'm hoping, by the end of March. I'm hoping by the end of March. Like right now, literally, we're only working on the cover design. Once we have the cover design, boom. So it's how fast can I come up with a cover design? That's what it's going to be about. And no, it's not going to have my ugly mug splashed on the cover like everybody else does. It's not the idea. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, join the community. Go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and join the community. Become a member. It's $12 a year to become a bagger and $120 a year to become a big bagger. Big baggers actually have access to a monthly video conference call where we really sit down and dissect different tips, tricks, coins, opportunities, and other investments. Once a month, video conference call, live. Facilitated by yours truly. So yeah, become a member of the community. All right? Tell your friends about us. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.